I think we should be live. I don't know for sure. All I know is music. Just quickly checking everything. If we're live, then everything works. So yeah, today we're going to make a flamingo habitat. I think. Maybe. We will see. I can't wait. Yeah, everything should be right. Hey, Gabby Pit. Gabby Pit? Gabby Pit. I'm going to guess Gabby or Gaby Pit. It's been a long time since I last was live, and yeah. Basically, I just didn't have anything for today as in the form of a video, and so I thought, you know, to make it up, I should probably stream. And we still have this area, well, this entire area to do. So there's enough to do today. Oh yeah, I deleted an entire build because I wanted to put it in a different location because that's it's sometimes I build things and then I start building things just to build things, which is not good because then it just usually turns out to be a mess. But let's get started with something. So, how large? Like, this feels too large. Because it's going to have two of these circles. So this might be more up my alley of like what I want. Let's actually, just for safety, just because... Alright. OBS, don't fuck me now. Also, hey Kane. And yes, I think I've just completely given up on Twitch because... I mean, this streams are never going to be like a big thing for me. So having an entire separate streaming site doesn't make sense if like I'm going to stream once a month or so. Alright. I mean, it's going to have just a basic wall. Was a rough night of sleep, so I'm just going to put you on second screen at lurk. As long as you have food. Food makes everything better. Also, I have no idea how to build an aviary. So I guess we're going to see how that works out as well. Is this the right color? Actually, let's make it this dark color. But have I become second monitor content? I've watched way too much of Just Try Face. And before anyone asks, no, the vest is not because of him. I have food but no will to make it. Yeah, I could... The way that I cook is usually just like I make a huge enough batch of food every week so that I don't have to cook for the rest of the week. I just heat like heat up what I've made on like Monday or Sunday. Actually, sometimes just like anytime like food runs out, I cook another huge batch of food. Only in the case of like, you know, when it comes to pasta, I of course don't make like, well, when it comes to pasta sauce, yeah, then the sauce I will make in a huge batch, but the actual pasta itself I will cook new every day. But what is it like? Don't you call it like food prepping or something? Basically, so that whenever I feel lazy, I don't have to do anything. I just heat it up either quickly in the skillet or just, you know, like that. Nope. There. Of course, I'm going to use my technique of lights built into the wall. Because that's just how we do things in Eve 2. It's pretty. At least I think it's pretty. But Kane, is the stream so far at least stable? Because I have no idea, because I think the last time I streamed this, I want to say 2 months ago, but I think it's even longer. It's probably longer. Marula! Did you bring chocolate chip cookies? Or just chocolate? It's stable and actually doing better than Twitch. I don't think you ever expected to say that, Kane. I think you have woken up in like a parallel universe. Go back to bed. But how are you doing, Marula? Of course, also how are you doing, Kane and Gaby Bit? I will forever question myself when it comes to that name. Alright. Hey, Charlie X Gaming. And I think I see a... What's it called again? You know, the animal that smells of popcorn and that Frontier kind of fucked over in their first try. Or like their first... what was it again? I don't want to look it up because I know that I know it. It's just like somewhere very far in the back of my mind. It's one of those, like, it's the popcorn thing. Twitch these days is just full of ads. Even on channels I'm sub to, crashes fail to load, disconnect chat, and all more. Why? So. Alright, the chat in OBS doesn't work. At least. Damn it! I wanted to find it out myself. Yeah, but been wrong. Yeah. Like, I mean, I get it with the... Well, here's the thing. Do streamers get paid for the ads? I think so. Perhaps. If so, then I'm like, alright, you know... So they get paid, but... It's annoying as a viewer. And let's now make the actual first. Let's do this. I say as if I have a plan. I just want 2 circles. That's it. 2 circles that kind of connect. But yeah, been too wrong. Also, I have a plan to channel. Okay. And first off, let's sink this into the ground because no, they don't. Only affiliates and partners get ad money. Even then, it's a fraction of a cent per ad. Yeah. So, and let's move these. Up. I don't know why I am just like bopping away on the music. Maybe it's because it's no horror music this time. Maybe. Probably. So let's move this away. I have ideas. Whether they are good ideas is something that we're going to see later. Again, light. Nope. Don't you dare start doing that now. That feels too large. I wanted to say that's what she said, but will they ever say that? That feels more appropriate. But I should probably have something to talk about, which is why is everybody thinking that we're going to get an aviary pack? Or at least, like, well, this is basically with every, like, release. There's always going to be some people who think, like, oh, the next release is going to be an aviary pack, and I don't feel like we're going to get an aviary pack. Oh god, stop the stream. The trash has come in. So how are you doing, Mr. Basic? Now, if I had an idea on how to build those glass domes. I like I like to build them, but I have no idea how. We're getting closer to it. Closer to getting aviaries. At the beginning of Plant Zoo's life cycle, it's like, yes, we're going to get aviaries. Now with every release, I'm just like, yeah, that's going to be a Planet Zoo 2 thing. Like, I don't want to be overly negative, but it just doesn't feel like we're going to get aviaries. We're talking about futuristic sort of aviary, because I found out that if you want to keep this really the smallest. Alright guys, I need you guys' help. How the fuck do I build with these things? There's not a 1 meter one. Highly demanded, never made. Yeah, that's what I feel like. And I saw earlier that you said gain of like, oh, they have aviaries in Jurassic World 2. Yeah. Like people, especially I think when Jurassic World, like when they showed aviaries, everybody was like, oh, we're going to get them in Plant Zoo. I think that Jurassic World is like built on a completely different foundation than Planet Zoo. So that's like kind of like people saying like, oh, the metaverse is going to include every game from every publisher. And it's just like, yeah, you think that like EA wants to partner with like Microsoft or something? They are competitors. They're not going to do that. But I don't know really about game things too much. I know how to start my PC, and I know how to install programs and start programs. That's it. I'm always completely baffled by, like, there are some people who think that I'm tech savvy. I have no idea why, but I don't know why some people think that I am tech savvy, especially, well, older people think. Okay, here's the funny thing, like, you get berated for being on your phone, but then as soon as they need help with, like, PC problems, they're just like, oh yeah, you're tech savvy. Yeah, you berated me for using my phone. This looks sort of like it. It's built on a very similar foundation. Is it? I have no idea. I should probably... I would guess that Leaf knows more about it since he's like, you know, all up in the things. I want this to work. I have no idea how this is going to work. Because my only knowledge about building round things is just doing this. How the fuck? Both games are built on the same game engine, but they are so different on a fundamental level that I can't see how they're comparable. Yeah, that's my thought process. How will you fill the gaps? Yeah, that's exactly also what I thought. I'm just like, how the fuck do I make this? Like, I want this to be like an indoor section and this to be like the aviary section. But I've never... I wouldn't say it's out of the picture, but I'm not counting on anything. Yeah, Goron, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I can somewhat still see them doing it, but also I'm very much now counting on it being like a Planet Zoo 2 kind of thing. Because also we have a gap here now. I mean, I can sync. Let's see. Is that half a meter? I think it is. Or is that... No, that's 1 meter. Why is there... I never understood this. Like... Why is there 2... That's... No. Confusion. Like honeycomb, I know, but... Fame. Wait, if I just... Alright, I'm going to see if this works. The top bit is going to be solid. Does this look right? Just so that I can line it up with each other. Then that, then... We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I'm way too excited about this. Yeah, and I never understood it basic. Hey, Beatrice! Or just to match your level of enthusiasm. Hey, Beatrice! Ow. Help me? So... That looks like it should be right, but it's not. Although I actually kind of like that it's just very badly done. I kind of like that it's like poking out at everything. You know, this is the thing with Planet Zoo. If you make a mistake or don't know how to fix something, make it look intentional. That's what I always think. Just like, yeah, I don't know how to do this. Let's try and make it look intentional. Nobody's going to clock it. Alright, so... No. Alright, let's try it a different way. Do that. Hey. Brain fart. This is why I don't like building rat. So, hey Charlotte, and probably mispronounced that because my head or my brain just wants to say Charlotte. But heyo, and heyo Victoria. Maybe making each out of triangles to make them smaller. It all depends on how much of this I'm going to cover. So, then do that. Twist it. Bop it. Like, this is just something I need to learn how to do this, so. Because basically you need to make 2 of these, or basically what I'm doing right now, and then you should be fine, I think. Worlds. We're gonna be here for a while. Shallots. Oh. This is something I learned very quickly when it comes to doing things with glass. Let's see if this then works. Where's the... Oh, that's the wrong... If I ever use such a large thing, what's your favorite zoo in the Netherlands? I'm a basic bitch. I'm just going for Rotterdam Zoo. Just because it's close. Also because there's so many stories of the red pandas escaping. Like, are you really a zoo if your red pandas haven't escaped? They are such lazy animals and they're like so adorable. But then the minute you turn your back on them, they are just like, bye sucker. The Twitter account of pandas or red pandas escaping. I should know how to do this. I've been part of Terra Nova. I should know how to make domes. Not like that. Let's do this so that it looks a bit nicer. Again, if you don't know how to do a thing, just make your mistakes look intentional. That's also just good life advice. But this looks painful. It is painful. You're not wrong there. Because I never learned how to do this. Actually, I only need that. Rofa Panda. Someone made a Twitter for an escape red panda Blydorp and started posting photoshopped images of him around the city. Yeah, that's just... like, nobody thinks about, oh, red pandas, they are going to escape. No, of course not. They are cute, cuddly, and totally harmless. And then when they do escape, it's just like, how? It's like 90% of the time they are just asleep. Alright, let's twist this. Is it going to look completely the nicest thing ever? No. But we're not here aiming for perfection. We're aiming here to survive. I don't know what the fuck I did here. Go down. Go down. Still, I thought we were aiming for pretty. We're aiming for survival of my mental state now. Let's see if I can make something with this. Just curious. Ow, my brain. How the... I need to find Seeking and just politely question him under force of waterboarding how the fuck he does this. And I thought the aviary part was going to be difficult. I wish I could just possess you for a moment. Believe me, Goron, you don't want to be in my mind right now. Nobody wants to. Let's twist this. Like, if we can get one thing to work, then everything here will work. I think. But you see, then we get this. Am I though? I've come out of hibernation and then... You know what? I'm going back to my old way of making domes. Fuck this shit. I'm out. I have an idea, but it's so hard to convey in a 200 word message. I also have an idea. Fuck this shit. Let's just go with the regular glass. But of course, in case it didn't... Well, actually, let's do square. I've given up on the thing. I want to use these, but I figured out that they are broken. Ow, I've been sitting on my foot again. General tip for just streams in general. Don't sit on your foot. It's painful. Very painful after a while. Where is it? Don't think I can use just the lighting thing. I think that's too thin. Yeah. Wait. I have an idea. And then I also don't have to worry about fucking lights. That sounded wrong. That sounded very wrong. It's really bad tonight, so I'm gonna jump off and read a book. How dare you? Leaving me like that. Nope, that's not going to work. Sad Poisonblade. Things could be worse. Silver could be here. But then we shouldn't make domes of PC. That's a train load of migraine coming right at you. You'll get your balls burned. Claire, how many books have you read in the past year? I haven't. Well, have I read a book the last year? This is going to be such a clusterfuck, but I think I'm going to love it. Also, Goron, if you're still there, when is your next stream? When can I bully you again? I love that I'm just like, yeah, I'm the Planet Zoo Playground bully. Let's use the roundings because those actually work. Is this, yep, it's aligned. So that's good. This is either going to look amazing or it's going to look horrible. There's no in between for this one. I love reading and has since as long as I can remember. I am afraid of big books. Well... I've already read 2 the last 2 days. I've read the newspaper, but then I deliver the newspaper in the morning, so it's kind of inevitable that you're going to read some of it. Alright, let's do this. Then again, this is either going to look completely horrendous or really pretty, because the things are like going to overlap and such. So oh, wrong. It's always annoying when you take the wrong arrow. I can read books quite quickly, like can get through 3 or so on vacation. But working, it takes a little longer to get through them, sadly. I think I just have way too much of like... Well, when I was a lot younger, I could legitimately like... This is going to sound so weird, but then I don't think anybody expected any different from me. But I've read the entire, like, there's a sort of kids encyclopedia. I've read the entire thing just because I was bored. And it was like, it was a kids encyclopedia. I always am not confident with that word, but like I read that entire thing just because I was bored, and then I'm just like, why did I do that? Like, it's not that I like retained any of the information. I've read 20 plus in the last year. I envy you. Encyclopedia. Blah, blah. Book that explains everything. Or tries to, at least. So. Nah, that curve is too much. Let's just take the entire thing then and... made the line pieces recolorable. Like, there's a lot of things that Planet Zoo sneaks into updates that they don't tell you about, but then encyclopedia. Big word, explains a lot of things, and nobody reads it in full except me, it seems. Like, legitimately, just a question for all of you guys here. Have you ever read the entire, and that entire book? But then I also read, like, 4 Bibles just because I was bored. Like, if I'm bored, I will do anything. You read 4 Bibles? Yeah. A kid's Bible, then there was a Bible that basically was like an encyclopedia, which basically just explained every character, and then there were 2, I think there was 1 adult Bible, and then there was 1 just small Bible. Yeah. But here's the thing that, like, as a kid, the Bible reads a lot like Lord of the Rings. Like, there's the good, there's the evil, and then there's, the people, like the heroes and such. Like if you take all of the religious context out of the Bible, it reads a lot like Lord of the Rings. Like, with the big bad and then the heroes. However, Lord of the Rings doesn't have as much, I want to say, violence, but just it reads a lot like Lord of the Rings. I think this looks a lot cooler than what I tried initially. But first, it does though. See? Like, if you, like, I think this is with a lot of, like, religious books. Like, if you take the religious context out of it, it can read a lot like Lord of the Rings, where when it comes to religion, there's usually, like, there's the good, and then there's the, like, big evil. Claire, I dare you, read the Bible, but try and think of it in, like, the most unreligious way possible. You will see that it reads a lot like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I like this a lot more than what I had first, although this is a little bit overkill, I think. So let's do that. Let's bring it back again. Your words of wisdom and the way your mind works is just wonderful, buddy. How did you think I read 4 Bibles? But there are also dozens of pages of how people are related and other incredible boring stuff. There's also a lot of incest. Like, this is always the thing that I think about. Is like, should we actually get into this? Because, like, I know that, like, religious stuff, like, is a little bit, yeah. Holy fuck, I used 31 of these things. Let's just do this. Line it up at the bottom and then do that. You always think about incest? No. But, like, Bible and, well, also Game of Thrones, but we all want to forget about Game of Thrones. Wait, this fits basically perfectly if I get... Nope. Select that. Grab that. And boom. Select that. Grab that. Boom! It almost fits perfectly. Almost. Yeah, but I also know that like when it comes to YouTube, I want to make sure that like that my channel's like an escape a bit. Like we're not going to really discuss politics or religion or anything. It's just going to be weird stuff that Poison says. I've been trying to read again since I'm out of school, but I have so much I've been putting out, so I'm very packed. I don't have that excuse. I am just scared of big books. Like, again, wikis. Like when it comes to, well, Game of Thrones, we all want to forget that. It's kind of just hilarious how bad they fucked up Game of Thrones. That's like, for, I think, like the first 5-6 seasons, like every year, Game of Thrones was like the major talking points. Like you discussed it at work, you discussed it at school, everywhere. And then as soon as like the last season came out, people like kind of forgave season 7, but season 8, as soon as season 8 came out and everybody saw it, you didn't talk about Game of Thrones anymore because it just screwed it up so badly that everybody tried to forget that it happened. Like suddenly the weather was more interesting than Game of Thrones. Which says a lot. Like, if you can make the weather more interesting than Game of Thrones, then just, you have failed at life. But at least, like, karma nipped Game of Thrones in the butt really hard, or at least the writers. I think they're now called Dumb and Dumber, just because both their names start with a D, but, like, they rushed Game of Thrones because they wanted to get a Star Wars deal, but then they screwed up Game of Thrones so bad that Star Wars was just like, no. So they lost out on both. I'm still watching an analysis of season 8 to avoid such mistakes in my own novellas. Basically, just to sum up season 8 of Game of Thrones, plotlines that didn't go anywhere, characters that behaved completely out of character because they wanted, what is it? Like they wanted shock value. Like that's a thing that was like somewhat small. Like, you know, I don't think I need to put a spoiler in this because I think everybody has seen like the first season of Game of Thrones, but like, yes, there was like the shock value with like Ned Stark being decapitated, but most of like, at least for me, the interesting bits for Game of Thrones was like the political intrigue. That's why I love like Marjorie, Tywin, Olenna, like the characters that don't actually fight with weapons, but with words. And there was the shock value, but especially in season like 8 and 7, shock value just became the thing. And all of like the political intrigue and such just was pushed to the background or was just non-existent. I also just hate Bran as a character. Just like, Bran as a character could have been very interesting, but he was just like so annoying. Like, nothing against the actor. Like a lot of times people are quickly like, oh wait, the actor. The actor probably had no say in that. But yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that you like are looking up like what Game of Thrones did wrong. Because they did a lot wrong. A lot. Well, I didn't like, for me, Bran wasn't like he wasn't annoying in that he was like spoiled and such, but it was just it was the how do you call it, like the aloofness, or just like he everything just seemed to happen to him, and he just sort of like also this is a major plot point. I think that George in the books is probably going to change this, or at least is going to do this reveal better, but spoiler warning, because this is in the later seasons, but the like reveal of Jon Snow's parentage being made by Bran, how is anyone going to believe that? Just like thinking about it logically. You have a kid who's in a wheelchair who basically seems like he's high all the time, saying like, oh, you are the child of the lost Targaryen prince. How? Like, that's like basically asking a, I want to say junkie, but just asking someone who mentally might not seem all there and like completely relying on what they say. In a way, that actually makes sense why they abandoned that plot point, because, you know, who is going to believe him? I wouldn't. But yeah, the Game of Thrones. Perfect example of how to not do wrap-ups. Like, Game of Thrones could have easily gone on for like at least 2 more full seasons, but Dumb and Dumber decided, no, let's go for Star Wars. Yeah, it's like relying on... It's like me saying, Claire, you're a descendant of the Queen of England. Exactly like that, actually. Weirdly, exactly like that. Like, and we're just like, I mean, Game of Thrones is just, I've stopped reading like the Game of Thrones wiki and gone to the wiki for the books, the Song of Ice and Fire, because, I mean, at least George Martin thinks about his characters, make sure that they behave in a way that is like in character. Like, you can hate the character for what they're doing, but if you just like, if it still makes sense within their character, you can't really hate them for it. But if they do something that's so out of character that you hate the writing, then you have fucked up. I think like the best thing to do when it comes to writing, and this is just completely like, I have no clue about writing and such, so don't take this as like, you know, facts or anything, but I think the best thing is like have somebody else read it, and just like somebody who hasn't read any of whatever you're writing, and see if they can connect the dots. If they say, or if they are saying like, why did this person do this? I think you're actually better off than saying, or if they're like, if they hate the character, good. If they hate the writing, bad. Add it to the Poisonblade random stream talk lore, guys. Poison is immortal, Croc is a deity, I'm a man-eating mermaid, and Claire is the heir to the UK. Aren't you like a mermaid space wizard? I thought that was the lore. I'm also like, I'm getting so frustrated about like Game of Thrones now that I'm getting a serious headache. Yes, agree, but please don't ask an English teacher to read it. I mean, I'm sure that there's like grammatically and there's going to be a lot of errors in it. But you know, if you make the characters interesting enough, you're not going to think about like, oh, this is a grammatical error or this just doesn't make sense in just like English. Like if you can make the characters and the story that interesting, you will just read over that. Like that's what good writing can do. It can make you kind of forget about the potential mistakes that are in it. That's what I wanted. It looks like a huge nipple. Like boob, nipple. Yep. Hey, Wilcox. How are you doing today? You probably jumped in on the stream that's like the most weird ever. Well, we had a talking point. Like this rant of Game of Thrones was like was going to come out eventually. You have the boob nipple. Don't you boob shape my domes? Morula, I thought you were better than to boob shame my domes or nipple shame my domes. That's... Don't make that a thing. How long have you actually been going for? Because I don't know. Stream settings, is it there? Nope, no. Stream health. The stream is healthy. Claire, do you now understand why I stream so little? Because I say things like that. The nipple dome is going to be... At least silver isn't here. Well, actually, silver's not going to make that a thing. Basic is not going to make it a thing, because basic has the memory of a goldfish. That's what happens when you have kids. You just... Well, unless you fuck something up, then you're going to remember it forever. But... yeah, basic... Actually, any parent who is watching right now, how is it that you always remember the weird, very humiliating stuff about your kids? Like, I can ask my parents about a lot of things. Most of it will be like, yeah, you did that, perhaps. If I ask them about like, hey, did I do anything humiliating when I was a kid? They just pull out the list. Why do you remember the humiliating stuff so well? See, now it's a nipple. I can't remember my kids' birthdays. I mean, this is going to be embarrassing. I forgot how old I was for... I had to do the math of like, alright, it's this year now, I was born that year. How old was I again? It was only for like a bit. I think it was in just like a really hazy day for me, but yeah, maybe it's just my memory. Probably it's just my memory. I don't know what I'm doing right now. The nipple dome needs to go a bit higher. So. You're getting old, that's what happens. I'm not like silver or basic. I'm not a dino yet. I just always have had bad memory. I'm not joking. I have to do math every year to recall my age. Well, this is the interior, like for the flamingos. They need an interior. Because here's what I found out. Is that if you... Wait, this is probably too much. Excuse me. But... Flamingos, well, they fly. In Planet Zoo they can't, which means that they have all had their wings clipped. Which, not the greatest thing. Like... 1 second. I want to... According to Poisonblade. And whatever I say is the truth. You know it. Whatever Poison says is the truth. It's fact. Can't say anything about it. I mean, otherwise, if whatever I say isn't the truth, then Claire wouldn't be the next in line to the crown of England, so... What constitutes a dino? When you've lost the will to be a productive member of society. And just being silver. So, by that sense, if I say basic is a dino, that means that I am correct. Because otherwise I would be... People would have to doubt the claim that you are a lady or like the next in line to the Kingdom of England as well. I mean, does it still look like a nipple? Or a boob? The Kingdom of England? Yeah, that's still a thing, right? I'm adding it to the lore. Basic is a dino. And Silver. Don't forget Silver. Where the fuck is he actually? I always find it hilarious that, like, England or Britain conquered so much of the world. Like, India, a lot of Africa and everything. All for, like, spices and such. But then English food is, like, stereotypically the most bland food ever. And, like, but... why? Claire, can you explain this? Why is English food supposed to be like stereotypically like very bland and like the only spices used is like salt? Perhaps some pepper. is not a dino. Yes. So take that away. Take that one away. Now we have a little bit of an interesting dome with like little peaks. I also need to figure out how to make it so that there's a door. Because now keepers can't get in. But we will figure that out at the end. Get rich by selling spice. Yeah. But hey, the Dutch, we had Indonesia. That's actually not proving my point, because like stereotypical Dutch food is also not that very spicy. Although we have taken more, like, we do put a little bit more spices in our food. I'm probably not the best example because I'm half Indonesian, so like everything that I eat has like at least some peppers in it, like there's some heat. Like, here's the thing, I made chicken pot pie. Like, I followed the complete recipe, I tasted it and I was just like, this tastes like paper. And so, added some more spice, added some Cajun pepper, or just any kind of pepper, and was just like, yeah, this is better. Short arms. Now I just see basic, like as a dino with a cane and a huge beard. Basically Merlin, but then dino. Like, think of what you think of when you think of Merlin, but now make a dino, give him a cane, and that's basic. However, basic is not as cool as Merlin. Gotta add pepper in chicken pot pie. Yeah, in the recipe that I followed, legitimately the only thing that was put into the chicken pot pie as like seasoning was stock. Like chicken stock. That was everything. So I put more pepper into it. I made sure that there was garlic in it. I made sure that there was some ginger and just some pepper and everything. Just because, holy shit, that chicken pot pie was so bland otherwise. So we have the indoor section. I love that we have like, have been building for like an hour. I think even longer. And all we've done is built a boob. Possibly we'll add the cam. Yes. You are not allowed to not add a face cam. We need to see the beard. I also, for some reason, like, always imagine you bald. Like, here's the thing. I'm a very visually minded person. Which means that when I don't know somebody's face, I just start constructing it by personality and such. And for some reason, Basic's personality just gives me bald. And then there's me who put way too much pepper sauce in my lunch and tried to down it with soda. How? Oh, wait. I was like, you put soda directly into your lunch. Because is just offensive. That's for that. Yeah, that. Everything works out. Alright, let's move away from the boob. And let's Like, I'm very happy that we got these. Yeah, so. It tasted what static looks like. How? Also, I'm fulfilling the stereotype that's put up for me with my friends that like every conversation I somehow turn into food. I don't think anyone here is complaining though. We are going to have one boop and one very weird thing. It's going to go here. Somehow. Don't question me on how I'm going to implement this. You just believe me. There was another beam. I'm really getting a headache because of the Game of Thrones rage. Where is it? There it is. But it's a bit thicker. So I could use that or use that. I need to make it 2 meters. Also, let's make it white. So. What have I turned into? This is my OnlyFans. I don't need to start an OnlyFans. I just start up a stream and just do this. Oh god, where is the stream gone to? Understand now again why. Well, that's not the reason why I stopped streaming. Probably going to finish this and then I'm going to call it an end on this stream because I'm not joking about headache. I mean, Claire, it's evolving just backwards. That's devolving. Or de-evolving. Regressing. But Claire, we all know about your OnlyFans. We all know about Claire's OnlyFans. Although Claire misunderstood the memo and it's just an... What was it again? Who would want to sub to my OnlyFans? Well, basic. The basic man to the basic sick girl. I am not doing this correctly, but nobody mention it. If we don't mention how wrong I'm doing this, then I won't figure it out. What did you just say about me? That you smell dirty farts. Or basic. Basic doesn't deserve your sympathy. Is there any OnlyFans that's actually wholesome? I was going to say dogs, but then that's probably going to go into like bestiality territory. Although I have gone on into the deep end with YouTube and like, I think I spent an entire day just watching cat videos. Also, I found the perfect video that sums up people who don't like cats. Like, they say like, oh, cats are assholes. Yeah, and that's the fun of it. Like, they're such complete aloof assholes. But then they're also just clueless on how everything works. You know, it's like cats are like toddlers. Like, they think they own everything. But then you'll find them in the weirdest places calling for help because they can't get down, or they just do weird stuff. And it's amazing. Claire. Bad. Basic does deserve sympathy. He has to put up with you people. Claire. Bad. Yeah, they're like, cats really act like they know it all, but then like they don't. And like when you see it like happen, like of like that they just fail, it's the funniest thing ever. Don't get me started about kittens though. Like, kittens are even worse. Or better, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, if I ever have a cat, I would just want to name it Bertrand. Or Mark. Dogs are better. Depends on what you want. Yeah, just name a cat or a dog, actually. Mark. Wait, I don't know. What's another, like, very normal, like, human name? Because my dogs are Dumble. Yeah, but then they are your dogs. They take after their owner, so. You walked into that one, basic. Yeah, just name a dog. Why can I say it in my head, but I can't say it out loud? Dog. Although you could also name a cat Satan. Lucifer. Name a cat Claire. She's immediately going to like... That cat is then going to immediately just be like 50% posher. And also, yes, Claire. You're posh. It's just the accent. It's just the British accent. I've made something. Is it good? Debatable. Let's just leave that there. Nobody's going to care about that. Because we're making an aviary. It's the accent, Claire. You can't get away from it. You can't deny it. So... This is how I make domes. You know, the normal way. I don't sound posh. You do. Even when you throw yourself off of Basic's tower, the screaming is still posh. You are not... You are not posh. You sound posh. Just like I sound like an idiot. Nope, wrong thing. There. Actually, let's just grab this one and put it up higher. That way it's easier. Don't ask Basic. For Basic, everything is posh. Like a sweaty gym sock is posh to Basic. Nah. Yeah, perhaps. So. But it's mostly, it's the accent. Like, well, with all the actors and actresses, like, British has just become just a British accent is just immediately just like, because of Hollywood and everything, it just immediately is like if you have a British accent, you sound posh, or at least compared to the rest of the world. No, it's still not right. This is the annoying thing, though. He's basically saying you're fancy, he just doesn't want to admit it. I mean, compared to basic and silver, would you consider bold fancy? Debatable on that one. Alright, so it's... First about that. Beatrice, don't spin this in a positive. Don't. This bad. Holy crap. I kind of doubt if flamingos are weird creatures. That hurts my head. How do you think my head feels? Like, I need to soap, but nice. It is. It hurts. Ow. So. So, that should be perfectly in line. Yeah. That should be perfectly in line. We had it. We had it. Almost, almost, almost. Yeah. Basic, launch a stream now. I am having a very sore throat now. This video is weird. Then pick up some larger beams. I don't remember how to stream. You think I remembered how to stream? And then you're going to have to blend the merging point of the dome, so that's going to be a nightmare. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do off screen. Because nobody has time for that shit. So then we have some larger beams who are going to hold up the structure. I'm gonna get a stake that's moving. There it is. And then twist it so that it's there. He has eaten his moo-moo. I misread that and I read that as mom. Or mama. Which is basically, that's the Dutch word for mom. And I was just like, I didn't know that Basic was from Alabama. Alright, now this dome is not as painful to look at anymore. Still have a feeling that this should be white. Moo Moo is gonna... Sweet home Alabama! I really needed a fun stream like this. I've just been accepted into uni and I'm kind of freaking out, so I'm calmer now. Uni. Are you stressed out now again, Beatrice? Because I'm an asshole. But congratulations, Beatrice. So far we have built 2 poops. I know Claire is proud of the 2 poops. Let's just open up one of the poops. Again, we all know that Claire likes the bloops. Or you could just stream all evening to keep us all entertained. We miss you, buddy. So. I'm just going to cut away some of this. Come on. Don't be shy. Get deleted. But at least... There's something that just... I'm just going to see. Maybe it's just this, like this, that needs to change. Maybe. Yeah, that looks better. At least it now connects. Well, I don't really have them. It's just in the shirt. Like when the vest goes up, it looks like it. Like for some reason. So. It's just like I have no shoulders, so there's nothing filling up this. So it sags and it looks like I have boobs. Like my torso isn't long enough to fill this out. Now I'm going to be aware of that constantly. Kind of looks like the back of a turtle. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Now it's a turtle. And I could blend this. I could also not. How long have we been streaming? Almost 2 hours. I think I'm going to end the stream here. And again, I don't know when I'm going to stream again. Well, first off, let's stop the recording. But like, I don't want to say, oh, I'm going to stream then, because I have no idea. Like, this stream was also kind of out of the blue. I was just like, I have no idea what to do. I want to do something on the channel this week. I could fire up a stream. I could figure out how it works again. So, yeah, I have no idea when I'm going to stream again, but I'm happy with the 2 boobs. Let's move this. Because like this is going to somehow go over here. In some way. I mean, this idea was also like a last ditch thing. Are you boob shaming me, Claire? I thought better of you, Claire. Again, like, it's just... I want to... For some reason, I want to now try in, like, clothes hanger to see if you can, like, hang me up. Just because there's so much room on the top of this. Like, I need to constantly pull it down. But then it rises back up in the back and then it rises up in the front. So yeah, this is how I do domes. I have no... Actually, Seeking has probably put some domes on the workshop. I'm now thinking about how that sounds. That's just... dome. What the hell was... That's... art. Again, if you don't understand something, just say it's art. Nobody can question you on that one. Of course she can. My domes. Zeeking's domes. That guy has too much time on his hands. Oh, he used the bubble ones. Holy fuck. Yeah. No, my dome looks so pathetic now next to it. I need... Wait. What's going on to the back of here? Oh. His domes are broken. Ha! Broken dome. His Oops. His triple dome should build boobs, buddy. What's... Oh, I didn't do the terrain work here. Good. Oops. Hey, Pram. You've just come in at the end of the stream. The way you're talking is like you're a child in adult's clothes. Aren't we all? Does any one of us know how to adult? I'm just going to stop the music here for a second, but like the biggest thing that you learn when you're an adult is to pretend to be an adult. Like that's the thing that you learn as an adult, is to pretend to be an adult. Everybody who is like an adult, just that's the skill that you learn. Forget taxes, forget insurance and everything. You learn how to pretend to be an adult. And if you learn to actually be an adult, then usually you are very boring. And then every once in a while, you forget how to pretend to be an adult. I have to adult. I teach teenagers. That doesn't say anything, Claire. That just says that you are very skilled at pretending to be an adult. Like, I know how you are in Valheim, Claire. You are also, just like me, just like Basic, just like everybody else, pretending to be an adult. Like, you pretend to be an adult in front of others, and as soon as you don't have to pretend, it just Bam! No, you also fall off towers. Okay, I think it went well, I hope. Just want to pass the class at this point. I missed something. I had an exam. I hope the exam went well. But then... brain fart. Hope you didn't have a brain fart when you were having your exam. You know nothing, Poison. I know everything. But anyway, I'm going to end the stream here because, again, I wasn't kidding about the headache. Like, if I start ranting about Game of Thrones, I'm going to get a headache, no matter what I do. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream. Hopefully, I will get this right. See you guys, and I don't know when I'm going to stream next, so sometime, maybe next year again. Bye bye.